Good afternoon, everybody. It's May 4th, 2025, and if you hear roosters in the background, I have no control over that. And also, I've got clothing in the washing machine, so you might hear that in the background. But it's Sunday. Hope everybody's doing well. We had a lot of rain this morning, and then it cleared up, and then we had a little sun come out, and then it rained again, and then we had a sun shower, and it just doesn't want to know what it wants to do here. But thank you everybody for coming to the live chat last night. We had a lot more people than we usually do. We stayed live until about 2 o'clock in the morning also. So thank you everybody for your questions, your comments, your contributions, and helping the channel grow, getting the message out there. I have a testimony to read later. But right now, I'm going to get on with some comments. And FYI, this little thumbnail, this little original painting was done by Saulite, S-A-U-L-I-T-E 42 on eBay. She's one of many little painters and artists on eBay, and I purchased this from her. I have commissioned some little paintings from her, including the one that was on my live stream last night. And this one here, I had one made for Karen Stewart that said "watch listed by the NSA," and I mailed that to her, and she loved it. Anyway, how can you not love it? Oh, you have to laugh about these things sometimes. But anyway, so comments. We've got shadow banning going on. Now, I have to tell you, I don't know if this is YouTube doing this. What YouTube does do, and I have to tell you that when I set up my channel, in the way I customized it, I did not want people posting links, URLs. I didn't know what the links or URLs would be, by the time I got to them, if my subscribers were to click on them, if it would mess up the channel, whatever. So I do not permit you to put URLs there. If you do, it will usually show up in my hold file in my YouTube studio, and I'll either have to approve it or delete it or whatever. If you have URLs that you find interesting, you can always email it to me, and I'll look at them that way. I mean, especially since interviewing Regulus, and he said to not have my email address on all of my channel information. I don't want URLs there. And also, YouTube does not like for you to redirect people out of YouTube, which is another reason why when I'm reading an article or from a book or whatever, I will show you the article or the book. I will read the URL to you, so that you have to, go and look for yourself. I know it's a little more difficult. You can't just automatically click on it. It's a pain. But I'm not going to jeopardize the channel for that. And also, I will post my references in the description section if it is another YouTube creator. So I will post the link to another YouTube creator for their original content if I'm reposting their original content that I have permission to repost. Okay, so just going to clear that up. And as far as the shadow banning of other comments, thank you so much for sending me your original comments. I never did see them. I think it was Josh. I never saw those comments. So now I don't know if YouTube is removing them, if there's a word in there that automatically gets triggered, or it's my criminal perpetrators, because obviously they have hacked my laptop, they've hacked my devices. The creepy voice was back last night for the entire live chat. It wasn't just usually like after half an hour it creeps its way in. It was from the very beginning, before I even started to talk. That creepy voice was there. And I did discuss a little bit on the live last night how one subscriber listened to the live while she was driving in the car. And as a voice hearer, she had very interesting comments on the creepy voice and what it was saying. I have no idea what the creepy voice is saying. I don't really want to know, but it sounds like a V2K or robotic or something. Whatever it is, it's not going to be good. So we want to ignore this creepy voice. See, and it's true. So now I posted a comment on a YouTube creator, a JWTV. He had YouTube, DARPA's signal did more than trigger symptoms worldwide. So I posted a comment and I received a response. And this is from a woman who's also in the same state as Kentucky. So, obviously, the comment that I made was, this is happening to me in Kentucky. She responds, I'm in the same state and extreme fatigue, body swelling, absolutely exhausted from just walking to the mailbox, skin rashes that itch, and it feels like a bug bite almost. They're basically frying us right now. Also, they are dropping the tiniest ticks I've ever seen, the size of a needle tip. Interesting enough, this specific tick has went to the right hip bone area and bit 3 of us on different days. Different ticks, but different locations on the body. So I ended up subscribing to this woman's channel because she's in Kentucky and she's sharing some of the same experiences. But so people are speaking out about this stuff, and I'm really glad that I have guinea fowl, those little creatures out there that make a lot of noise, because they love ticks. Ticks is their specialty. They will eat them all day long. So now, okay, so let's get to some subscriber comments. I received a comment. I've had conversations with this person back and forth. This is a man who's in Greece. He's been in Greece for 20 years. And his latest comment is, he sent me a URL to Bitchute. This is Harald Kautz. This is a scientist from Germany. He's giving an interesting transhumanist view on gang stalking. I haven't checked it out yet. I mean, I know who this person is. It's from 6 years ago. I'm pretty sure I remember seeing it, but I haven't had time today. But I just wanted to read it to you and show you here. He says, at the 22.24 minute mark, this is a quote. The laser data I got from a whistleblower that was 6 years ago in 2017, he said 60 to 70% of the U.S. population are writable and 100% readable. And then they started to send Homeland Security to gang stalk those who are not predictable, because it is known that if you are traumatized, you run on a personality level. Personalities are linear structures that are predictable, while hard consciousness is nonlinear and unpredictable. So they send out those trolls from Homeland Security to terrorize innocent people just because they still have a heart. Isn't that fascinating? I think that's fascinating. I wonder if that's why my ex-husband's criminal divorce lawyer personality tested me. And also, when I did an impromptu survey amongst people in the community, a lot of you guys are of the personality type INFJ and INTJ. They are the rarest personality types in the United States. The INFJ is approximately 1 to 3% of the general population, and the INTJ, I think it overlapped there up to 6% of the general population. So, and I have those videos on my channel. I will try to post them in the description section here, so you can go look that up if you've ever had your personality tested before. So that was one comment, and then I received another comment here. Okay, I won't tell you who this person is. He says, a few years back now, a census letter was in the mailbox, and there was a handwritten note. A note with a phone number to call. So I called. What happened next didn't add up. Some gentleman answered. He said how my address was randomly picked out to do a survey on local crime. He asked if I had any problems at my location, and I told him he hit the jackpot, being that's all I had, continuous break-ins both at my house and my vehicle. He said how he left me a voicemail, could make an appointment for him to stop over and fill out some crime forms. Fine with me. Very much wanted to tell my story, maybe get closer to the ongoing madness. And after we talked, listened to my voicemail, after I listened, the image started getting clearer. I changed my phone number every other month under a fictitious name. The clincher is, I changed it 3 days previously. I had not given it out to any old contacts. So when we met, I brought that up to him. Before I did, he told me how he was a retired former Akron police officer. So I then asked, how was it possible for him to leave a voicemail when my number was not in my name? And his response was, he works for the government, and they have all that information, that he just Googled it. So he tore up the paperwork, dropped it in the trash can right in front of him, as if to say, I am not buying your bullshit. So this is how they dupe you to collect additional information. So obviously, because our subscriber kept changing his phone numbers, it really pissed them off. It's similar to what Regulus said. You know, keep changing your phone numbers and they're going to come after you, going to try to get your data any way possible. So that's what they did with our subscriber here. They kind of tricked him with this census letter, asking if there's any local crime. And of course, that was the catch. That was the hook. The subscriber was like, yeah, I've got lots of local crime. You know, I'm being stalked, broken into, vandalized, etc., etc. So then when this guy comes, he said he works for the government. There's no possible way he could have had his phone number. But obviously, because he kept changing his phone number every other month, they got pissed off. They weren't able to collect his data. So they were trying to collect it and you know, by an interview. So I find that really fascinating. Thank you so much for sharing it. I'm sure that other people will find that fascinating too. I just threw a survey in the garbage pail today. I've been getting all kinds of surveys like that. When I was younger, like back in New Jersey, I used to actually answer those surveys. I thought, well, you know what, I'm just participating to, you know, for their information, for people to look it up and stuff. But no, it's not true. They're prying into your personal business. So thank you so much for that information. And I think that's it for now. The shadow banning. I read a little bit on the live last night, the case of Robert Card. The case of Robert Card, and the website for that is operationarchitect.com. And there are various drop-down menus, and one title is Elite Control System, Allegations of Elite Loyalty Tests. And then there is suppression, historical examples of information for the skeptics, like before dismissing him as delusional, it's helpful to think about the following questions in a society where psychiatry is weaponized under the guise of medical authority. And you know, this is what they do to targeted people when you start speaking out about what's happening to us. They start to do the Baker acting. They start to do the psychiatric reprisal. They don't want the truth getting out there, so they're going to do anything possible for you to not get the message out there. So, and also, in the live chat, it was discussed briefly that a targeted woman named Renata Jones, Rainetta Jones, has passed away. I do not know her. I don't know anything about her. So if anybody has information about her or her website or YouTube channel, you could leave a comment down below of the name of it, and I'll go check it out, because it's a tragedy when any targeted person passes away, and we don't ever really know why. But anyway, I hope everybody's doing well, and I will talk to you soon.